did a long weekend trip back at Cedar Lake. We're gonna head down Cedar, get 2 small portages today, go through 2 other lakes until we get to where we're supposed to be. So this is the maiden voyage for my, well, not a maiden voyage, but my first trip with my Swift Osprey solo canoe. So we'll see how she goes. I've taken her out a couple of times just to see how it goes and how it paddles. But yeah, so me and John in our own boats once again, and that's it.
Next time you're out of the boat, I would trim your seat forward a little bit. You're much lower in the back than in front.
I can still do it. I can do it now.
I mean, it's not a problem. I'm just saying, like, in the back, the gel coat is like at the waterline. You know what I mean?
How's that?
Helps a little bit. Yeah. I think also because your bag is not up against the board. I mean, you would find the way. Like,
Yeah.
It's not
No,
a problem.
like I said, I mean, I've never really been in it with the bag before, right?
Well,
So
that's true, eh?
that was my my maiden voyage. Feels nice though. I mean, it's super calm right now, but there's John over there. Really nice day here on Cedar. It's overcast, so we don't have the sun beating on us. Just making our way down to Little Cedar. Probably stop, have some lunch soon. Go on the road at 5. So. John just hooked up on a fish, and as he was reaching for his GoPro, it kind of spit the lure. Saw it though, it came out of the water. And so we're into Little Cedar here. We're going to stop at the next campsite just before the portage. And have some lunch, some ramen noodles. Yeah, we stopped to fish here a little bit. Like I said, John hooked up. Almost probably bass. But as soon as you stop paddling, black flies get at your head. Yeah, so I mean, I'm actually surprised we still have black flies. Should have been gone by now, but I guess maybe with the late spring, they're a little bit later dying off, making way for the horse flies and the deer flies. But I don't mind, because the horse flies and the deer flies really chew me up. So anyway, black flies are annoying, but other than that, I don't have any reactions to them, so that's good. All right. So we just stopped for lunch at the campsite. Down by the water, the bugs aren't too bad, but up at the campsite, they're quite intense. So I think I'm just gonna cook up my my ramen noodles and then take my lunch down here to eat. But yeah, just really nice out here. Not crazy hot, but just warm enough. Okay, so we just had lunch. It's quite the marathon to eat noodles. Well, not in the sun, trying to get away from the bugs, but yeah. Anyway, so we're back on the water, heading towards the portage. Nice breeze. When you get on the water, it's pretty nice. No bugs. So yeah, John's trolling right now. I'll probably do the same thing. We're coming up on our first little portage here. 350 or so. Might be my first portage with the new boat. So we'll see how I got my balance. I'm the one that set my yoke myself because the Osprey doesn't come with a yoke. So a lot of people just use the seat. It's not something I wanted to do. I prefer yokes. So yeah, we'll see how she goes. Okay, so first time I've had pairing on my pack, my boat, and all that stuff. Noticing I have way too much weight in the front of my boat. I have my paddle that's bringing down the nose, so it's a good thing I have this strap here to kind of pull down the back end. So I'll just see what I can put in the back for the next bigger portage, and then we'll go from there. See if I have any adjustments to make, and that's it. Okay, so doing the second portage now, the bigger of the two, and I essentially put my life jacket and my paddle, my kayak paddle, towards the back, and the boat's a lot more balanced right now. So I'll get through this and see how it goes. Weight's not too bad. It's an older boat, so it weighs around 40 pounds, which is still doable. Like I said, John's tandem canoe is about 48, 49 with all stuff in it, and I do that rather well. So anyway, catch up with you later. To our campsite here. See, there's enough wind that we can grab this one. It's the nicest one of the three of them. But there's no wind. It's too buggy. We'll probably decide, like John said, we'll get the back one and have a little bit of wind. There's quite a bit of wind on the lake right now, so let's hope that this one has enough wind to keep the bugs away. Place you can fish, a place you can swim. Yeah. Check her out. Okay, so my hammock is set up back here. I'm using the Warbonnet Blackbird XLC, the original. I don't know if it's an XLC or just Blackbird original. My Winter Dream tarp. It's my first night sleeping overnight in a gathered in hammock. I usually in my Ridge Runner, which is a bridge hammock. And John's set up back there. And he's also using the XLC, but the new one. So yeah, so here's a camp. Bug shelter's there. Thank God we brought it, because there's a lot of black flies, a lot of mosquitoes, deer flies, horse flies. So anyway, I'm going to head out on the water, see if I can catch us a couple of fish for supper. I think John mentioned something about getting some firewood. You can maybe getting a smoky fire going for dealing with some of these bugs. And yeah, that's about it. Fill the platypus and hope for fish. I think John just might have caught us part of supper. Looks like he's got a fish over there in his boat. He's trolling. Hooked up on probably a laker because I think there's lake trout in here. So, we'll find out. Summary of the day here. We came here and set up camp. And, like I said, it's a good thing we have this bug shelter because bugs are brutal. Even when we went fishing before, there was a lot on the lake even. So John did catch that one lake trout. It was about 9-10 inches long, but it was just really thin. So he decided to put it back instead of eating it for supper. So we just had rehydrated stew. So let's see, maybe I'll throw in a bug net and throw a couple of lines later. But at this point, it would just be just to pass the time, not so much to eat. So I'll be putting them back. Yeah, so we're both pretty mauled by the bugs here. My ears are just completely covered in blood, and John's neck too is completely covered in blood. But yeah, it's still nice to be out here. Okay, so we're leaving camp. It's probably just a little bit after 9. John went out and fished a little bit this morning, got several fish. I stayed in my hammock because I was up on and off all night trying to get used to the blackbird. But when I found a comfortable position just after the sun came up, I just fell asleep and slept in. So we got a couple of portages today. Went through a couple of lakes and yeah. See how she goes. Mosquitoes are crazy. It's almost like they're asking the black flies from last night for their turn on our blood. Anyway, like I said, both of us are destroyed black fly wise. So anyway, here's what it is. So we just finished our first portage. We pretty much did it in one go. Well, John did it in one go. I just put down the boat once for like 10 seconds, just because I'm struggling with the yoke. It keeps pushing off my shoulders onto my bag, so I'm gonna have to do an adjustment before the big August trip. But you can't stop for 2 seconds. The mosquitoes are just, they swarm. It's just, there's a breeze out here on the lake, and we paddled out as quickly as we could to try and lose as many as possible. But yeah, they're just horrendous. But I mean, I'm in the sight of, shot of like 3 different campsites, and they're all taken. So it's not stopping people from being out here, which is good. It's not stopping us from being out here, which is good. So yeah. Anyway, we'll probably fish this lake for a little bit and head on to the next portage, to the next lake. So I finally got my first fish, decent bass. Whoa, chill out, chill out, calm down. Oh, there he is. Hey, come, hey. Well, there we go. First fish, nice little small. Yeah. Thank God. Trusty Len Thompson. I just throw at everything. I'm like, screw it. I catch everything on the Len Thompson. And I got third cast with the Len, and I got her. There we go. Okay, so we've been fishing Laurel for probably about half an hour. I got my bass. John's up to 4 bass. And, yeah, 4 bass and one fall fish. So he's definitely destroying me on the fish leaderboard, but it's all good. So we're going to take the next portage, tiny paddle, and then paddle Carl Wilson all the way down to the bottom. Probably troll that. It's 10:30. It's pushing a little late in the day, but we're not in a rush, so we're here to relax and enjoy ourselves. Anyway, catch up with you later. Oh, rocks. Some kind of bird or something under there with a nest. Bugs, brutal. And do little cochon, petit cochon. Okay, so we're doing the 1070 from petit cochon into Carl Wilson. So far it looks pretty nice. See how she goes. I got a bit of a cramp in my legs, so the last 130 into here I double carried because it's right uphill, so rather than take the chance of hurting myself, I just double carried it. So. Okay, so we are into Carl Wilson. Marshy part here. Bugs are just brutal. I don't even know if the camera's picking them up on top of my bug net. Every time you smack your arm, you probably kill about 20 one shot. Now we have the entire length of Carl Wilson to paddle. So we'll troll, probably have some lunch towards the middle lake. It's probably pushing, I don't know, 11:30 maybe, quarter, maybe later than that, maybe 12. Anyway, so we got another portage into where we're going to be staying for the night. So let's see, maybe we'll catch some fish. We'll have to eat ramen for lunch. Okay, so we just had some ramen. Campsite in Carl Wilson. Ate down by the water. The bugs were less down there. There was a bit of a breeze. Up at the campsite was pretty thick. So now we're heading down to the end of the lake. And, we got a pretty big portage. I think it's like 2K, something like that. So anyway, it's like 1:30. We're not in a rush. Figure we'll fish, we'll take our time. Just get to camp and sit in a bug shelter. It's not that thick enough. So there's John. He just finished doing his update, so I'll let you watch his video to see what we just did. But actually funny, when we got to the portage, we both heard this big splash, grabbed for my fishing rod right away, and then a loon popped its head up, so mass disappointment. Anyway, I think we got a 3:45. It looks to be straight uphill, so wish us luck. Okay, now we're to Varley Lake. That portage wasn't too bad. I was actually expecting it to be all uphill, but about halfway up started to drop, so that's good. So now we have an 11:35, I believe, into Camp 5. I haven't seen too many people past Laurel Lake. Ran into a couple on portage from Laurel to Canoe. Since then we haven't seen anybody, not even on campsites. So anyway, get off the next chunk of portage and set up camp. Maybe hopefully there'll be a place where we can jump in the lake, because I'd like to get some of this dried blood off me from mosquitoes and black flies. Okay, so we just finished supper here, sitting in the bug shelter. It's pretty much step outside and you get swarmed. So fishing was well, good for G. He caught quite a few, but he also spent a lot more time fishing. The bugs were getting to me a little bit. My ears are all swollen from all the black fly bites. So yeah. So tomorrow we head back towards Cedar and back to the truck, and hopefully we don't hit too much traffic. We should be actually against the traffic because we're going towards Quebec, and everybody else should be going towards Ottawa. So yeah, but it was a good trip. I had fun, even though we got eaten alive and served our bodies up as cannon fodder. But yeah, looking forward to getting in the hammock later. Like I said, I didn't sleep super great last night. Getting used to the Warbonnet Blackbird. Different style of sleep than what I'm used to. So we'll see. I'll see how if I can get it dialed in. And maybe I'll take it on some more trips. Okay, so here we are at Camp 5. Packing up, leaving in the morning. Gorgeous day. The mosquitoes are furious, but just a gorgeous day out there. Just a little bit of mist on the water. The sun is shining. There's a portage over there, and we're gonna head through a series of portages and small lakes to Cedar Lake, and then across to the truck. So might have to fish a couple of times. But, yeah. So Camp 5 is not the greatest campsite, but we made it work. 2 hammocks in the bug tent. So it's not like with all the bugs that are out there, you're really using your campsite like a campsite. You're more or less in the bug shelter or out on the water fishing. So anyway, so far it's been a good weekend. We'll see how today goes. Gull Lake, that's right. Okay, so we're starting the 1680 into Cedar. Should be relatively flat. There's no high points really on Jeff's maps. And we have a short paddle across Cedar, but not down it. So John hooked up on fish big time this weekend. He had a great fishing weekend. I caught that bass, but still fun. Crazy bugs, but we saw a bit of the park that we hadn't seen before, so it's always nice. I'll catch up with you at the end of the portage. Okay, so far this portage is really all the way downhill. We just dropped the bags of the boats just to free up the shoulder burn a little bit, but it's nice to have an easy portage at the end of the day. And I could 1680 these things all day long, really. But yeah, every now and then I see off in the distance, you'll see like a Cedar Lake. I get very far, but you see the horizon. I don't know how much we kind of took off of that chunk, but pretty sure, unless there's any major issues, we're gonna make it in this go all the way to Cedar, and then we'll paddle that to the truck. Yeah, well, it was actually a lot closer to Cedar than I thought it was gonna be. I think we probably gnawed off about we did 1350 the first little stretch. I think my dad would say that portage was a cakewalk. But they're not all like that. It's nice when you do get one. Like I said earlier, especially like at the end of the day. So, I'm just hanging up on the side here, waiting for John to get his boat together and whatnot. We're gonna have a little snack once we get out. I'm gonna throw on my life jacket. I'm not a very strong swimmer, and you gotta wear life jackets. Anyway, so yeah, next time I check in probably be when we get to the truck.
Perfect.